Welcome, everybody, back to the 5-7 podcast. I am your host, Mike Salinas, joined once again by Michael Prieto, but you may call him Pre.
What's going on, guys?
Nothing's going on here. Just a typical evening, enjoying ice rain and looking over some news and notes and tidbits of what's going on in the news lately. And also enjoying some of the Super Bowl stuff that's been happening, or the post-Super Bowl information that's coming out. How about yourself?
You know, man, I never heard of like ice rain, like accumulation. Like earlier they were saying, oh, they're going to get 0.4 inches or 0.8 inches of ice. You know, I've never heard that before. How often does it rain ice?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It seems like now we're overanalyzing everything. I mean, for God's sakes, we are even overanalyzing why are we so upset that Janet Jackson got her shirt ripped off, but we're not upset that, what's his name? Adam Levine? Adam Levine rips his shirt off. Why aren't we not offended by this, according to, all these oversensitive snowflakes out there?
Oh, my gosh.
Have you heard that?
No, I haven't.
They were talking about it at work on Monday, that everyone's, not everybody, but some people are a little upset that there's not more of an issue. People aren't taking issue with the fact that Adam Levine tore his shirt off when Janet Jackson did. It was a big fuss.
I would think that it has something to do with, she's a female and about nudity and all that stuff.
Yeah, have you ever gone to a Holiday Inn and swum at their pool? Do you ever notice men tend to take their shirt off and women tend not to?
I don't think the big deal should be that he took his shirt off. I think the big deal should be that he took his shirt off with that weak body he's got.
Yeah, man, he is pretty weak. Those tattoos do tend to help you out. They give you a little more cut. If I had tattoos all over my body, I'd be shredded like a saucier.
It's so funny because what prompted him to do that? Like, what was it? When he was sitting there, when they were doing the show, at what point were they like, you know what, man? I think if you take your shirt off, it's going to sell everything. I think it's going to sell the show.
He probably had it planned in his head. He's like, no matter what happens, at that 3-minute mark, I'm taking my shirt off.
I think the best part was a big boy, and that was it. Out of the whole show, the whole thing. But other than that, man, I think the game was pretty forgettable, and I think the halftime show was as well.
Yeah, I was, I went to a Super Bowl party for the first quarter. I was commuting back home for the second quarter. I caught the halftime show in the middle of making some popcorn. I was laying my son down during the third quarter, and I did watch the fourth quarter, and I felt like I didn't miss anything, if that makes sense.
No, you didn't miss anything. It was pretty boring, dude. Nothing happened. There was no, long throw, no long plays,
Right.
Nothing. There was nothing, dude.
Yeah, I think they said the longest play was Julian Edelman's 22-yard catch, which I did happen to see that one.
Yeah, and one missed field goal.
Yeah, Greg Zerline, whatever.
Hasn't he done wasn't he like 31 for 31 or something like that?
He's the man, usually. Yeah. That field goal wasn't going to help him win anyways, but I know a couple guys that had some squares, and they had 3 and 3, so by him missing that field goal, they won money. So It was actually a good thing for a lot of people, but equally so, it was bad for other people as well.
Yeah. I think it's so funny how gambling is supposed to be illegal, but it's such an open thing with football. Like, everybody gambles on it, man. There's gambling everywhere on it.
Yeah, man. Even on the ESPN app, you'll see plus and minuses. You see who's the dog and who's the favorite.
Yeah.
It's just all over the place. What's even funnier is that I was doing some research the other day, and I found that nobody's ever gotten in trouble for online gambling.
Really?
Yeah. Organizations have gotten in trouble, but nobody has gotten in trouble for the, because most of these things are overseas. They're in Europe or whatever. Bovada or something like that, sportsbook.eu, but nobody that uses it has ever gotten in trouble, or at least prosecuted to any degree. Maybe there's a fine in there, but I don't know. But as far as going to jail or anything like that, no.
Like actually, but you mean like the participating in it?
Right.
People haven't gotten in trouble.
Right. No. And I love gambling. I love gambling in Las Vegas even better.
I'm sure you do. Yeah, I don't really know too much about online gambling.
Party pits.
I figured that I used to drink, so I figured that was good enough. I didn't want to drink and have a gambling problem.
I think you should have a problem with both. I mean, why not? Buy one, get one free, man.
Just go right down the tube then, huh?
Hell yeah. But right now we are actually in the midst of Donald Trump giving his State of the Union address. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, the big thing that I got out of it was he said that he was going to give legislation to Congress so that late-term abortions can't be performed.
Right. Now, when you were explaining that to me offline, I can't believe that what the late term means. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, they were saying up until birth.
That is absolutely crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I think the wording that they were using was for the mother's mental health.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? It's interesting as I was watching it, and I tell you, I mean, they stand up and clap every 2 minutes.
I know.
It's kind of just dumb.
It is.
Like, yeah, good, yeah, he said something great. Yeah, here he goes again.
It's just a show, dude. It's a show, and that's all that it is. I mean, I think that it's important to watch to see what is said firsthand.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a show.
Yeah, definitely. Then he invites like 4 minorities there, and he's like, he has a story about each of them. And Mr. Johan Gutierrez, he was owning a taco booth for 2 days, and now he's a millionaire.
God bless America.
God bless him. In America. Only in America.
It's so funny, man. Like the Democrats, they sit there and they pout, the whole time. Like a bunch of kids. And
Mm-hmm.
when President Obama was in office, the Republicans would sit there and they'd pout,
Mm-hmm.
the whole time. And it's just so funny to me, the whole song and dance that they do. All these people are in bed with each other.
Right. You can't imagine a Democrat's like, well, that does sound pretty good, but I'm still going to boo it anyways.
Right. And, it's just bullshit, dude, of people thinking that, not people in general, but, well, maybe it is people, saying that, if you agree with some things more than others, you're going to be on that side. So, like, people are either on the right or the left, And I don't think that there's a problem with being right in the middle, I don't think there's a problem with agreeing with what some things are going on the right and what some things are going on the left.
Mm-hmm.
Why does
Sure.
there have to be a line drawn? You're either right or you're left. And I'm really surprised that there hasn't been somebody that has run that has actually just like, hey, I'm going to put the best of both worlds out there.
Mm-hmm.
You can have both a vanilla and chocolate ice cream.
Yeah. I mean, some people put the little hardened shell on it. I don't even know much about ice cream, but I just seen these things. I've seen them done. I've never tried it,
but you're an online gambling expert, but you don't know shit about ice cream.
Yeah, that's correct. You know what I have done before at our buffet is I actually get a bowl of sprinkles. I literally just put the sprinkles in a bowl, and then I put ice cream on top of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Remember when we used to go to Shakey's? You used to get ice cream.
Yeah, I bet I did.
Yeah, man.
That was like that's like all you can eat, man.
Yeah, it was. And
Shakey's.
Then it turned into what? Texas Corral.
I think it turned into something another place before that, but yeah, it did turn into Texas Corral in the long run.
Okay.
I
miss Shakey's.
Holy shit! Now I'm hearing the storm. It's like a thunderous boom.
How long did that take since I told you? Like 15, 20 minutes?
We've been on the call for 10 minutes, so it was about 5 minutes before that. So, yeah, maybe about 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes.
That traveled all the way from here to there in 15 minutes. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's hitting me pretty good. It sounds like Jurassic Park's going on outside. I'm looking at my water.
Yeah, watch your water.
Oh, man.
Have a cougar jump on your back, dude.
Hold on to your butts.
So, for all those out there, if you don't know, there was a man jogging in Colorado, and he was jogging on his trail, and a cougar came and attacked him from behind while he was running. The man then proceeded to suffocate the cougar and went about his day. Now, if that's not the most hardcore thing you've ever heard, I don't know what is. That
guy is, yeah, he's too much of a G that he would probably be called an H.
He needs a wheelbarrow for his balls to walk around.
Yeah. Can you imagine going to work the next day and like someone's like, "Hey man, I told you I needed this shit done yesterday," and you're looking at the guy like, "I just beat the shit out of a cougar, dude. What do you get the fuck out of my office?"
I wonder what's his name. Is there any information on the guy?
You know what? You sent it to me, and I didn't look any more into it. I just said I gave you the big wide-eyed emoji, and I was like, "Wow." Speaking of emojis, did you see the new release? They got new emojis coming out with waffles, which I do love, sloths, which I don't care about, and individuals in wheelchairs. Sort of handicapped people, I guess.
So how do they, like, is it just in like a iOS update, or is this is this like a Android update as well?
It looks to be a I don't know. Maybe it's both.
Wow. The man used his hands and feet as well as surrounding objects to beat and choke the cat to death.
Oh. Wow.
That is unbelievable, dude.
Can you imagine how many people are offended by that?
Oh my gosh.
How dare he? Where does he get off killing that innocent cat?
That beautiful death machine.
That animal was just looking for food.
So he had serious but non-life-threatening puncture wounds to his arms, legs, and back.
Wow.
Carry a med kit with you, people. You have no idea what can happen. I'm sure when he went out for a run that day, he had no idea that he'd get into a fight for his life with a cougar.
Right. And we're not talking about an old lady. We're talking about a real cougar.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, that's pretty wild. I mean, he better go and hurry up. If I was him right now, if I was in a hospital bed, just, obviously probably getting some treatment, I'm definitely going online and I'm deleting all my old tweets because I know somebody's going out there and going to do a ton of research on me, and someone's going to try to be like, "Oh, this guy killed the cat, so I'm going to bring him down for this racist remark he made about Tupac Shakur in 1994.
Wow.
Twitter wasn't even around, but that's exactly what I would do. FYI.
I'll read this.
Delete your tweets.
Petersburg said the man followed the state guidelines when the cat confronted him. He put his hands in the air, made a lot of noise, and stood his ground. But probably what happened here is that the cat had an instinct triggered. It wasn't so much tracking a human or keying in on a human. It just had an instinct triggered, like it would if you were to roll a ball of yarn across the ground for a cat.
Wow. So wait, the guy made a bunch of movements?
Apparently he put his hands in the air and he made a lot of noise to try and scare it away.
Wow. Ooga booga booga booga.
I wonder what he said. Hey! It'd be funny if he was like, he's from Colorado, but he's from from Boston. Like, hey, you motherfucker!
Hey, you cool guy!
I'm here. Jordan Marsh over here. I'm gonna beat you to death with a box of quarters. Got a box of quarters over here.
He's like, come on, bring it over here, bring it. Like to be in the bring it with a boing. Come on, bring it.
You motherfucker.
Wow.
Oh man, that's unbelievable, man.
So I guess you should never stand still, like in the Jurassic Park movies. Going back to those, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, what's the proper way? I mean, obviously he did the proper thing, but he just killed the thing. But I mean, what is the right point of action? Because you're not going to outrun it, so I guess you have to just attack it first, right? I don't know, attack it.
Yeah. No. Oh man.
Or let it attack you. I don't know. Fuck. Just go for its neck.
I don't know, dude. I mean, you would have to flip that switch, where you're like, all right, this is happening, because you're going to be in a fight or flight mode,
Right.
Who's going to fucking help you? What are you going to do?
Nobody.
Call 911?
Yeah, nobody, man.
While this thing is fuck starting your head?
Yeah, they're going to get there and they're going to look at you and be like, oh, fuck, you're on your own, pal.
What's left of you?
Yeah, man. And you better just hope that dude didn't come with friends.
Yeah.
Cougars are just like cougars. They travel in packs.
Do they?
I don't know. I'm talking about like cougars, like old ladies.
Like wolves. Oh, okay.
I'm thinking about those old ladies at the club are on a hunt. Hey, come over here. I got holy fuck. Are you hearing this?
Yeah.
Man, I feel like I'm gonna fall down a sinkhole, dude. Like this is fucking crazy. I'm like some of the audio messed up right now from you. Hello?
Yeah, you got me?
Yeah, I got you. Cool. Holy crap. So is it all done over there by your I mean, obviously you're about 45 minutes away from me.
It's like it's raining a little bit.
Oh, okay. So this is something that passes through fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, hopefully in your case.
Yeah, I know. Don't stick around. Liam Neeson.
Any tornado or anything over there?
No.
It's January, but fuck.
No, man, nothing here. Just a polar vortex.
That was last week.
That's right. This is the polar tornado. I'm just going through some of the news stuff, and Liam Neeson, huh? What this guy? What did he do now? Why is he saying I'm not a racist?
Oh my gosh!
God, he's racist too. These guys. Delete your tweets, guys. Delete your tweets and stop quoting rap music because they're counting that stuff too.
Yeah, you can't say rap lyrics for sure.
Yeah.
Is even rap these days? Do they even say anything stuff? Any bad stuff like that?
I don't know, man. I mean, I have no idea. I think they do. I mean, well, I know like black rappers say whatever they want. I don't think any like the white guys do. Like Post Malone, the guy that doesn't shower.
He looks like somebody who'd wait at you at like Denny's or something. He looks like that fucking dirty cook in the back at Denny's.
I'm out of here. You're not going nowhere. Shut the fuck up.
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
Yeah, he's definitely interesting.
There's nothing going on, dude.
No, there isn't. So how's your week going? Right now we're in the middle about hump day going on here this week.
Pretty good, man. I had my daughter's she did like this little, she's in kindergarten, so she did a little cheer. Like the cheer with the 7th and 8th grade cheerleading squad.
All right.
And they did that at a basketball game yesterday. It was really cute. And it's kind of funny because all the little girls are, they're trying to do the moves, and obviously they didn't have as much practice as like the older squad, and they were doing that, so it was really cute. And tonight I had a daddy-daughter night at my daughter's school, so they had like hot dogs and nachos and stuff there, and crafts, and then we went to the gym and they had
beer.
No.
Oh, we said craft, so they meant craft beer.
No.
I was like, damn, all right.
like crafts that kids like to do.
Arts. Oh, art and craft. God damn.
Art and crafts, yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
they had that stuff, and it was all good. But then she was running around like crazy, throwing basketballs at people, and
Great.
it was pretty funny.
That's a nice highlight.
Yeah. What about you? What's your week like?
Man, my week's been shit. Absolute shit. Everything's gone wrong at work.
Really?
Yeah, it's been pretty brutal. I've had a lot of. I'm still dealing with some of the repercussions from the polar vortex. Has that been over a week and a half ago? I don't know, something like that.
About a week ago.
People were a lot of companies, my vendors and things like that were out, and then machines are breaking down at various shops. So I've had a lot of issues with websites and mobile apps and different collateral like billboards, and it's been everything's not getting done because of one reason or another. So I'm just been on the phone trying to get new business and working on getting new contracts and firing people and stuff, companies, and and just getting fed up. And my emails have like heavy amounts of F-bombs in them.
Really?
And actually it's been doing really well because it's been getting stuff done a lot faster. And people have been working actually around the clock. Like I'm getting some stuff done at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock by, some of the people that we work with, which is great. Like I never get stuff done that late. And so people are staying late doing some things because I've been dropping all these F-bombs, like really, really ticked off. And it's been good. So I mean, that in that format, it's, it'll pass. But man, it's been a shitty first couple days here this week.
So what pisses you off the most at work?
Oh my God. Like, I think the same thing that pisses everybody off. Unintelligence, laziness. I think it's probably laziness more than anything else.
Yeah.
Our doc, our receiving doc, and if you're listening, receiving doc, I think you're pieces of shit. I don't care. And, I've gone over. Usually I have to visit the doc once a day to make sure shit gets delivered properly. So I go there. I'm like, hey, did you guys get deliveries from me? Oh, yeah, it's right here. Do you need it? I'm like, does it have my name on it? Yeah. I'm like, did it come in today? Yeah. Like, why isn't it on my desk? They're like, oh, well, we got tied up with a couple things. While, half of them are sleeping or playing mobile apps or playing games in there. And I'm like, man, you guys. And then, obviously nothing happens. But, yeah, laziness. Purposeful laziness is a huge pet peeve of mine, and it pisses me off. How about yourself?
No, there's really nothing upsetting going on at work for me.
Right, that's good, man.
I'll take it, man. I do IT at a library, so it's not that hard.
Sure.
There is like some challenges, because it's a pretty big library and we have a lot going on there. But no, it's nothing compared to like working at the Board of Trade, man. There was like stuff that you had to get it done today. You couldn't leave until you got it done. And guys were just really, I don't want to say uptight, but they were just like everyone's blood pressure was high because they're trading with so much money. And coming from that environment to working at a library, man, is definitely a welcome change.
Yeah, no, I bet that's a lot more laid back than the situation you were in before.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, man, what else is up? We're 23 minutes into this podcast. We ain't got shit else to say.
Yeah, no kidding. We're just a couple of assholes. What'd you think of the? Oh no, we did that already.
No, how was the one thing we forgot to touch on was the recent interview that you were able to perform, sans myself, on Thursday with the 7th grade teacher Melissa.
It was great. It's teachers they have a very difficult job, man. And they have to show up to work every day motivated, and they have to be prepared to teach kids, which is incredibly difficult. And you have to like reset that patience meter, every single day. So in other words, teachers can't really have a Monday. Some people are like, oh yeah, I haven't had my coffee, or it's fucking Monday. I'm kind of lagging on Monday. Like teachers don't really have that luxury of doing that because they have such a big job to do, at least in my opinion. And Melissa was a good interview. She talked about college and what she did, and obviously everybody had a good time in college. I was hoping she'd give us a little bit more details, but she didn't. And just talking about like kids and how they can be prepared, how to better prepare them for school, and parents too, because a lot of parents kind of helicopter still a little bit, or kids get a bad grade and it's the teacher's fault, or something happens and the teacher tells the parent like, hey, your kid was doing this, and they're like, oh no, my kid will never do that, which is comical because it's like, who your fucking kid is, dude. Who your kid is, and he does that shit all the time at home, so yeah, it was good. It was good.
That's funny, man. The helicopter stuff, or like the denial, I think it's a huge Hispanic trait because my mom used to always be in denial about me, like, who's making you drink? Who you're hanging out with that's making you drink? I'm like, yeah, well, I just happened to go over some buddy's house and they started pouring liquor down my throat. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm the one that brought the liquor. And they're like, no, you wouldn't do that. I'm like, really? Do you want to see the receipt? There was a couple liquor stores we can go to that they wouldn't card us. So, and purposely, what would we do? Go there in our trunks during the summer?
Grade, though.
No,
not in 7th grade.
Man, but I was definitely doing 18 though, 18 or 19. Yeah, I was able to get liquor. Yeah. At just that liquor store. But yeah, you're right. In high school, not so much. You were basically the main supplier.
I did what I could.
You stocked us up pretty good, man. Did a good job with that. Needed it.
I can't believe it, though. Now that I think back on it, I can't believe I was able to do that.
Dude, it was amazing. Yeah, it was great. But yeah, helicopter parents is what they call them, huh? The ones that just hover too much and just that's not the way it's still supposed to be done, Jethro.
You could see it. When you take your kids to the park, you can definitely tell who they are. Or then there's people that, they take their kids to the park and these kids are like fucking animals out there. They run around, they're pushing other kids down, they're these little shits, and it's like, dude, hey, you watching your fucking kid over here, lady? Hey, hey. Right, oh yeah, get your head out of your freaking phone and watch your kid over here.
Right, man.
It happens all the time, dude, all the time.
Like, I'm busy here. I'm on Facebook. Dude, my wife loves Facebook. I don't know why.
Like, what does she love about it?
Dude, all day in the car, wherever, just Facebook, just scrolls through Facebook. I just see her finger swiping from down to up the whole day. She's just swiping up and down, looking at people's whatever they're sharing or feeds or whatever. Funny stuff. And the thing about it, Facebook is behind. Facebook is like 2 days behind stuff. It's like stuff that comes out on Instagram, it comes out at earliest like 2 days later on Facebook. And she'll be like, hey, I seen this thing. I'm like, yeah, I seen that like last month. It's always like somebody's dad gets a hold of it and they're like, oh, that is funny, son. I'm going to share that on my Facebook page too. So it's kind of like one of those things I think that happens with Facebook. It's like, the over adults, which it's crazy. It's like us, but I feel like I'm a little cooler than the average adult, or like people that were our age when we were younger. But I don't know. Maybe it's a different perspective, I guess.
Yeah, maybe she's just used to using Facebook and hasn't moved on to, like Twitter or Instagram or Insta, or the gram.
Yeah. Well, not many people are fans of Twitter, man. Especially not females. And I know you're not really a fan of Twitter either.
Yeah. I just don't see what the big deal is about it,
I like it for sports purposes. And talking a little bit of shit.
Really?
A little bit.
Do people, do they respond more on Twitter?
Yes. Absolutely. I got into it that one time with Stephen A. Smith, remember? Like a few years ago?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, call me back when you get a more sports acumen about Richie Incognito.
Yeah, I know. I was like, you should tell him to go fuck himself.
I was like, I don't want to do that. I want to keep this conversation going.
Yeah, man. I've been our Instagram followers have been, kind of, they talk on our pictures a little bit, which is pretty cool that we're actually getting, engagement and stuff. I think that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
And because I've always been kind of more of a personal person, and when it comes to that kind of stuff, I was like, I don't really need to talk to people. But after we started doing the podcast, there are some interesting people out there, and they're, guys who are and women that are doing some pretty interesting stuff. A lot of different stuff. I think maybe I've opened myself a little bit more since we started doing the podcast and looking to see what other people are doing. And I actually find it pretty interesting.
No way. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, it does definitely open up your perspective. And hearing these other people's perspectives on stuff, it's like, man, I got it pretty good, man.
Or even people that are, they live in Europe or they live in Australia, and you kind of see what their kind of day-to-day life is, how they're living, how things are really, really different, If you look at a lot of Americans are in the car or they're going somewhere or something, but in it seems like in Europe they're walking places more,
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe public transportation more. Sure.
So while you were explaining that, I stumbled on something. This is crazy. And I'm going to tell you the craziest part about it. So I'm reading this article on James Brown. It says, I feel good.
Come on, hit me.
So check this out. It says,
baby. I got the feeling.
He was the man. But it says, this is crazy. It says lots of people suspect James Brown was murdered. New investigation reveals. And here's what's so crazy about this. I'm back here not just oh my God, James Brown was murdered, but James Brown is dead?
Dude, he'd be like 100 right now.
I did not know he died.
And
I mean, he only died in 2006.
Yeah, that's 13 years ago, dude.
Man, where was I 13 years ago? I was 22 years old.
I know where you were.
Yeah, I know where I was too. In a bad place.
Climbing through fucking windows.
Yeah. No wonder I didn't know what was going on. I was too busy screwing up my own life at that point in time.
That was the time. You were 22 in 2006. You were 24. No, you were 20. No, yeah.
13 years ago, man. 22. I do a little subtraction every now and then.
Yeah, I guess.
No, you were. Yeah, maybe you were. Yeah, what do you know? What do you know about adding? Oh yeah, wait, yeah. That sounds about right. Carry the one. No, I forgot you were carrying that one over. Yeah, that's cool.
All right, you fucking mathematician.
All right, man. Do you have anything else to add tonight? It's
I'm good.
Kind of a boring night, guys. Sorry. But hey,
night.
we hope you do enjoy our new intro music, and we will be back again on Monday and Thursday, as we always are. And of course, we're here for you, even when your family and your kids and everybody else doesn't care about you. We do.
I'd like to thank everybody for our listeners who do listen and who do give us feedback and who follow us. Well, we're very appreciative. If you're not following us, please give us a follow on Instagram. It's 57 Podcast on Instagram and on Facebook. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for the support. We appreciate it.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Peace.